All right, so let's think about this. You got Dak Prescott, CD Lamb that ain't going anywhere. You can bitch and moan and talk about, there's $60 million there and $35 million there. It's not going to matter. They're not going anywhere anytime soon because you're paying them. You've got them. That's your guys. The people that aren't signed that can easily be fired that have no cap ramifications is Mike McCarthy. That Mike McCarthy and his staff are, of course, not under contract beyond this year. You got Bill Belichick. I know, like Cowboy, you say Bill Belichick isn't coming to the Dallas stop. I will say this much about Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick has been doing a lot of praising of what the Joneses have and what they've done. If you're Bill Belichick, now let's listen to me for a second here. Okay, we all know Bill Belichick wants to get back into the NFL. He wants to get. We know he wants to get back in the NFL. He wants to get that all-time coaching record. So if you're Bill Belichick and you look around at most of the jobs that are going to probably be open, the New York Giants job is going to be open. We know that one. Okay, but you look at that team and you look at it and say, I ain't got a quarterback. I don't have an offensive line. Most of the players here are crap. This is a complete overhaul and rebuild. And I'm 71 years old and I got a 25-year-old girlfriend. And I don't know that I'm ready to go ahead and try and say, I got a 5-year plan. If you are looking at things, you would rather look at a situation where you get to be like John Gruden taking over a Tampa Bay team that had a good defense and some players and saying, let me see if I can take this one to the next step. And I will say this, I don't know that the Cowboys can have too many games like they just played that Jerry Jones wouldn't pull the trigger. It's one thing to lose a game. Okay, it's one thing to lose a game, but to be completely beat on all phases of the game and look completely inept that Jerry Jones won't want this sandwich, this shit sandwich, that he's going to look to say, I'm going to make a change. And it's not like he hasn't done that before with Wade Phillips coming off of a team that was a playoff team where people looked and said, oh man, the Cowboys, they could be the first team to host the Super Bowl and be in it. So there's that. And I'll be honest, if you see if the same thing happened tomorrow, Sunday against the Ravens, bro, and the team looks completely outcoached, outplayed, and completely lost, you almost have to go through and do something. So yeah, Bill wants too much power, and Jerry won't let that happen. I don't think Bill is nowhere near the cap. I don't know about that, bro. I don't know about that one. You could have said the same thing about Bill Parcells, and Bill Parcells bit the bullet and did it. The real fan one, I'm not going to disagree with you on that one, but I'm pointing out that Jerry Jones is a little impatient and may think about, I'm sorry. Let's call a spade a spade. The Cowboys look like shit. I'm not going to try and sugarcoat it. They completely, 100% looked like shit. There was nothing that you could look at and say, and Jerry has some of the responsibility of that too, but there was no phase that you said, oh my goodness, well they play, oh, the kicker, okay. So Brandon Albury kicked good. Beyond that, there was no redeeming qualities on the offensive line, the running game, the quarterback, the defense whatsoever. And you can't have that like that at home. You just can't. Did nothing this offseason. What can be expected? But Jerry Jones don't want to hear that. Jerry Jones, listen, it's easier to deflect onto somebody else. It's easier to throw Mike McCarthy under the bus than to say maybe I shouldn't have paid the quarterback and the wide receiver, and maybe I should have gone out and gotten more players. It's easy to point the fingers at somebody else and not take the blame. And that's what may happen. A good head coach doesn't get modeled off. Yeah, you don't. They looked uninspired and just not ready. So I don't know. The Cowboys did not get embarrassed today. This is just simply who they are. Ooh, you're basically saying they're just losers. But I can look and say Arizona right now is embarrassing the Rams, 31-3. 31-3. Great coach, right? I can look and say, 49ers. 49ers going to Minnesota to Sam Darnold. They lose that one. The Lions losing. It's like this is upset Sunday. And looks like we got Kansas City's at half now. No, I didn't say that. James B., I did not say that the Cowboys should have gotten a quarterback in the offseason. A different quarterback this offseason wouldn't have changed this game right here. Not when your defense couldn't stop him at all. I said Jerry Jones is probably looking and saying maybe he shouldn't have got himself, paid the quarterback and CeeDee Lamb and this, that, and the other. But he's not going to take the blame for this. He's going to pass it on to somebody else. You're right. I can tell this. There's no way 44 points would have been dropped on Bill Belichick defense. That wouldn't happen at home. Let's make a call today. Forget the past. What would you do to make changes? It's obvious. Head coach. Well, at this point, that's going to be the easiest place to make it. But here's the thing. It's kind of like when people say, get rid of Dak. Okay. What's the plan to be better? That's the bottom line. If you say get rid of Dak, okay, it's too late now. You've already got it. What's the plan? What is the plan B? What is the thing that's going to make you better without that guy than with them? And thus far, I have yet to have anybody have any kind of solution to that one. I haven't heard one. Oh. And the thing with Mike McCarthy, who is going to be a better coach? I could say at least Bill Belichick he's old as dirt, but he's definitely been a winner. I don't want to just make change just to make change's sake. But if you're going to make change, show me where you're going to be better, and I'll be all for it. He can't pass blame on no one but himself. This game is not on Dak. He can only do so much. That would be my take with it, but not the trolls. Everybody wants to just go ahead and say it's just Dak, but that's kind of what it is.